Hey guys, Mark Latham, Firehouse Roofing. Thank y'all for tuning in for another episode of What's Under Your Roof. Today we are here with the famous Bagel Lady. We're going to go in here and check her place out and maybe test some food while we're in there. Alright, hey everybody, today we're here with Revi, the famous Bagel Lady, and I'll be honest, I've heard a whole lot about you guys, just haven't been in here yet. I think my wife and family have, but we got to come in earlier before this and try out some of the food, and man, it's amazing. Like,
thank you.
Didn't know you could do all that stuff with a bagel. So
I didn't know
really
I could do all that stuff with a bagel either.
But I've heard a lot about your backstory of how you got here, and so I think that would be great for you to tell everybody else that story.
So my backstory, how I got here. So how I got to this location is really like total godsend, because I started this bagel business in February out of my home, and most of my clients have had them from my home. That's where I built my first client base. I started in February, and after 2 months I started to really outgrow my kitchen. And then when COVID hit, where I then became an essential. Didn't realize I was going to become an essential until like supermarkets started running out of bread. And when they started running out of bread, everybody started coming to me for bagels, and it just blew up for me. And at that point, I couldn't see my clients face to face, because I started to do selfies with my clients, which I loved, and started posting those selfies. And I couldn't do that anymore, so it really killed me not to be able to do that. But at the flip side, it was great to be there as an essential for my clients. And we did the curbside, putting the table outside, having people pick up orders, and I was just selling out every day. And it was amazing. And my husband and I just looked at each other and said, okay, we need to push forward. We need to really grow, because people wanted cream cheese, they wanted the lofts, they wanted other stuff, which I was not allowed to do based on my cottage license at home. And so then I started reaching out to realtors and going door to door, kind of going old school, hitting up locations like, are you going out of business? Or do you know anybody going out of business? And when I stumbled to this location, I was going for the next door, because they have a sign saying office space available. And when I walked in here, this was Rockwall Nutrition, and the father is like, what are you looking for? And I'm like, I'm looking for a place. He's like, I'm looking to get out of my place, and God must have answered my prayers. He's the pastor, and I'm like, God sent me here, and he requested from God for someone to walk into his place and take it. And that was in the morning, and by 6 o'clock that evening, I had the lease signed.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
I took over the lease. He needed out. He still had a couple of years left, and I took over the lease, and it's been magical since. Everything really flowed beautifully, and the design in here is just something that just came to me. I wanted to keep it very simple, have a deli feel, and have a little Texas to it, and it's just been an amazing trip since I've opened it. The clients have been coming. We've had our challenges, equipment breaking down, we had a flood, AC not working, but you know what, with everything that's happened, the clients keep coming back and showing their love, and this community has just been amazing through it all.
Yeah.
Really.
So tell us, like, I guess for most people, because the only time I ever really see bagels is maybe like in Starbucks or somewhere where they're sitting around, and I've never really ventured out down that road. You got all kinds of stuff. It's not really all about a bagel and like cream cheese and stuff. There's meat and all kinds of stuff.
So what I look at a bagel as a bread. So you can eat it like any other bread, like what you would put into a sandwich. And it's funny because I had put a post on a couple of months before I opened, what would you put on a bagel besides cream cheese? so people can get an idea that it doesn't just have to be cream cheese and lox. That you could put tuna salad and chicken salad and pastrami and corned beef, which are coming soon. But that you could like put Nutella and peanut butter and other stuff. So it's kind of opened up people's mind that a bagel is just not bagel and cream cheese. And it's not just for breakfast. It could be a lunch. It could be a dinner item. And our bagels are very different than what you would find in a store. Most stores will give you 2 or 3 varieties. There's always an everything, a plain, and maybe a sesame. I do have 12 different bagels to choose from, but our bagels are very different from supermarkets, not only in flavor, but also in how it's made. I took the bagel back to the way it's originally being made, where it's hand rolled and they're water boiled. And that's the New York way of making a bagel. That's what I grew up knowing how a bagel was made. So that changes the texture completely on how a bagel is. So yes, you could go buy a bagel elsewhere. I won't mention names, but you could buy them. That's the main difference. They're machine made, and even if I ever choose to go machine made, I'll still constantly water boil my bagels because that's where the chew is, and you want that New York pull. You don't want to just bite down and make it have a texture of a bread. You want to have it have a pull in it. Each one of my bagels are weighed, so they're all the same weight, but each one will come out different. Some are wider, some are smaller, some are thicker, some are thinner. It's only because of everybody's technique on how they roll a bagel is just different. So it is very genuine in that essence of being a bagel. So no one bagel looks like the rest. But they're all water boiled, and I add a little sweetness to my water to give it that taste. So you can literally take that bagel and eat it with nothing, and it'll still taste amazing. I always say, my husband and I always say, those other bagels are bread shaped like bagels, where mine is really a bagel. It's a bagel.
And we even got bagel hot dogs.
Yes,
or bagel
our
dogs.
famous bagel dogs. Let me tell you, the first time I brought out the bagel dog, I had to limit 6 per client. I had seriously 60 clients that first. I was like, okay, I'll just do. I think it was like 100 dogs. And then it blew up on the Rockwall, and it completely blew up. I was like, all right, we'll do 200. All right, we'll do 300. And I'm like, okay, I don't know if I can make anymore. Like it was crazy. And I'm like, there's no way I'm going to have 60 people show up to my house. So I went to a local guy, and this is where Rockwallian is amazing. I went to local people here. My first day out with the bagels, I asked Lee Wells if I could use his parking lot because I didn't know if I could have that many people in my house. He's like, sure, it's a Sunday, I'm closed, use my parking lot. And then I stopped, I'm like, okay, I have people come at different times. So not everybody comes at one time, so my neighbors won't go crazy. The bagel dogs, having 60 people at one time, I went to a gas station, and one of my clients, I'm like, can I use your gas station? He said, sure, but that day, pouring rain, and I'm like, okay, I can't be outside with all these bagel dogs. So I ended up doing it at home, and my neighbors were great. They were like supportive. They all became my clients anyway. They're like, okay, sell your bagel dogs. We're okay with it. So they became a hit. I started doing them one day a week and just making 300 to 400 bagel dogs on one day. And I introduced sauces that I made. I make an Israeli hot sauce.
I'm gonna steal that recipe. I tried to get her to tell me, but she wouldn't do it.
So and that one is called Zhug, which everybody spells it differently, but it's jalapeno, cilantro, garlic, and a couple Israeli seasonings to it. And it took off with that, and people were asking me for it. But again, I couldn't really do it from home. But now we offer it here.
And you have a lot of, I guess, your coffee. You have other people in the community that you're dealing with.
Yes. So everything for me here, my main goal was to keep it local.
Yeah.
As much as possible. So my produce is from the farmers market, and as long as we have the farmers market, I buy most of my produce from the farmers market. My coffee is from Gearhead. He's a local roaster. Love him. He great company. Different choices of coffee that you can choose from. The one I serve here because I was married to a Colombian at one point, so I love Colombian coffee. That's what I went with. And since his medium roast is a Colombian coffee, that's what I serve here. It's very good. It's very smooth going down. But we sell it ground, we sell the bean, and we sell it in the K-cups for the Keurig machine. So we have different choices. It's taken off really well. People really enjoy the coffee. They do also offer a light roast and a dark roast, but his coffee does come from all over. I just choose the Colombian one because I'm partial to Colombia. For my chalkboard, was done from a girl. Her parents own Rockwall Sport. Is that the one by Joe Willis? Yeah. Her parents owned that, and she came and did the chalkwall signature signs here in Rockwall, did my signs. I mean, I try to keep it as local as possible. Plumbers, electricians, everybody is from here. Everybody. And I'm proud of that because I wanted to keep the money in Rockwall because this is where I live.
And you, this isn't just breakfast, y'all lunch?
Lunch, yes. So we're open from 6:30 to 3 every day except Saturday. It's my Sabbath. So you will find that. Going forward, I have Jewish holidays, so I will be closing for those holidays. Those all are posted on my website at thebagellady.com. And they can see where my schedule is and my Jewish holiday schedule is.
You're killing it, so we're super proud of you. And,
Thank you.
I'll definitely be swinging by again to pick up some more food because it was really good.
Thank you so much. I'm happy you enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we wish you the best of luck and hope you continue to grow.
I hope so. Thank
right.
you.
Thanks, Rev.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in today. Hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about the Bagel Lady. We're going to purchase 10 $25 gift cards today. And to enter to win, all you got to do is like it, leave a comment, and share. And then we'll do the drawing at the end of the week and announce 10 winners for a $25 gift card. Thanks again, and we'll see y'all next time.